What is up, Vince and Gigi?
Vince and Gigi, Super Channel G.
Super Channel G.
Gigi.
Vince and Gigi from Super Channel G.
Super Channel G.
Vince and Gigi on Super Channel G.
So tight. Don't stop doing what you're doing.
Congratulations on all your success.
Congratulations on everything.
I will see you on the TV.
Super Channel G. Yeah!
God, is this great!
Hey friends, welcome back to Vince and Gigi's Super Channel G, and look how incredible this Build-A-Figure set looks from, of course, the Avengers Gamerverse action figures, the Marvel Legends. They look absolutely gorgeous, they look incredible, and I can't wait to show you just how incredible they all look. So before we get started, guys, if you've not already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe below. Hit the notification bell next to it so you get notified every time we have a new video come out. Talk to us in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know where in the world you're watching from. And yeah, talk to us in the comments below. So guys, what do you say we go ahead and get started? Right now.
What is up, Vince and Gigi?
Vince and Gigi, Super Channel G.
Super Channel G.
Gigi.
Vince and Gigi from Super Channel G.
Super Channel G.
Vince and Gigi on Super Channel G.
So tight. Don't stop doing what you're doing.
Congratulations on all your success.
Congratulations on everything.
I will see you on the TV.
Super Channel G. Yeah!
God, is this great!
Alright friends, welcome back to Vince and Gigi's Super Channel G, and let's take a look at just who is in this incredible set. Well, first of all, we have Captain America, we have Iron Man, Ms. Marvel, Marvel, Marvel's Mach 1, Marvel's Rage, and we have Marvel's Leader. And don't they all look absolutely incredible? We're going to set these aside. We're going to go ahead and get started. What do you say to that? And let's go in order, because let me tell you, if you take a look at the back right here, this order would be absolutely outstanding. Two of our favorite Avengers of all time ever, and will always be. And look at this really cool Ms. Marvel, and then of course Marvel, Captain Marvel, and then it goes on with other comic book figures here. And so let's take a deeper look at this Captain America, and look at this awesome white box. I always love when they do the white boxes. Look at the sides right here, and all the first three are gonna have the exact same side artwork, and this is from, of course, Marvel's Gamerverse, from the game that's still upcoming. And look at these great Marvel characters right here. It's the same thing, but mirror image over here. But we have Thor, we have Iron Man, Black Widow, Hulk, Ms. Marvel, and Captain America, and that looks absolutely amazing, right? So look how cool it looks from inside the package, and I love that Gamerverse logo and this Avengers logo. Look at that A. So man, look how great Abomination looks. And this specific Captain America does not come with a Build-A-Figure piece. This is the leader, the lead box. And then we have the other 6 that all come with the Build-A-Figure piece right here. So that looks absolutely gorgeous right there. And let's take a look to see what it says back here. Look at this awesome artwork. Let's see what it says for Captain America. He's got this tactical suit on. It says, Captain America, injected with an experimental super soldier serum, Steve Rogers has the peak potential of strength, endurance, and dexterity. Yeah, absolutely. Look how absolutely wonderful that looks. And let's get them open. Let's see what we got. Where did there we are. Okay. Let's get this box open. There we are. And let's make sure we don't tear the box. And look at this beautiful Avengers logo in there. Look at that. Those hexagons. Okay. Let's get them on out. We only have one accessory And that's his shield. Look, there's a piece of paint coming off right there. And let's pop him on out. So there we are. Let's get that going right there. And let's take a closer look. Let's get on way closer on in here. So let's see his face and head sculpt. There's a lot of paint bleed right here where the mask meets the face. I will say that. Look at that. I love the way it has like little wings right here, but silver right here on the side. And it's got a great sculpt. Look at this helmet. I don't know if this is supposed to be hair or not, or it's just supposed to be cushion, but it looks like it's a hair sculpt, even though it's blue. See that? So, not sure, but it definitely looks like it would be a hair sculpt. And I like the gray right here for the chin guard. Look at his armor right here. Looks really cool. Alright, let's see. He's got a pretty good ab crunch right here. Turns right here at the waist. Let's see how the arms move. They click as they turn. Nice and tight right there. Let's see how far back they move. Well, they can only move so far back because it hits right here. And this one actually moves up a little bit more. It turns just above the bicep right there. And let's see, it looks like we got 2 joints for the elbow, which is good, but it only comes in just barely past 90-degree angle. Look at the paint right there. I like that red. And it's like we have a lot of paint bleed on the hand. Let's take a look at that, which is kind of, that hand looks a little rushed, doesn't it? Okay, this hand looks a little better, but still kind of rushed looking. But nonetheless, look at this defensive gear he's got going on right there. The wrist move back and forth and around, so that's good. I love his little utility tactical belt right there. Look at that. And look at his armor again. It looks like we can put his shield here. We've talked about this in the past. Look at that. That's something outstanding that I wish all the Captain America figures had. Look at that. Well, we haven't even looked at the shield, but we'll get right to that in just a moment. Let's see, what about the legs? Luckily, the legs do come to almost a complete 90-degree angle. Almost. Oh, look, this leg looks a little looser than I would like. All right, let's see. We turn on the high part of the thigh. We've got double joints of the knees. Look at those knee pads going on right there. It looks like both knees do the same. And even though this is loose, it does click into place well. Turns in the upper part of the thigh. We can get some pretty dynamic poses for this Captain America. And he does turn right here at the top of his boot, which would be typically that shin joint. I'm sure you've been watching this channel long enough to know that I'm not a big fan of that shin joint. I'd rather just super glue that down because it makes for an awkward pose. But we definitely have, ooh, I almost pinched my finger right in there, so be careful with that. Look at that. And then we got good pivot right here on the boots. And let's take a closer look at these boots. Again, watch your thumb right here. Look, it's gonna get pinched. Okay. It's got a great sculpt for the boots. Look at that. Look at the pants, the guards, his cargo pants. And I like the blue and the red. Silver star right here. Let's take a closer look at that star. Looks pretty good. Look at that. And he's got like a zipper right here. So you can pull down. Let's see. The head goes not very far back. Oh, you know what? It goes a little further back than I thought because of the joint. And it's not that it just went like that, but it actually like pushes back. And it comes pretty far forward. I'm actually surprised there because I thought it wasn't going to be. It does tilt a little bit and turns really well side to side. Let's take a look at the shield. Shield looks great. I love that silver. The smooth finish. And then of course, we can have this in more ways than one. We can have it right here on his wrist. Look at this. Or we can do this and put it on his back. That looks awesome. Or of course we can have him hold this right here, which is one more thing we can have him do. Look at that. So let's get Captain America Standing with a simple, strong pose. Look at that. Just something simple and strong. Doesn't that look absolutely incredible? I certainly think so. So, there we go. Alright. Here you are, Cap. Let's put you right on over here. See how that looks. I think that looks great. Yeah, what do you guys say? Alright, awesome. Let's move on to our next action figure. Which, this is actually my favorite character out of this whole set. Is Iron Man. And you guys know that Iron Man is also my favorite MCU character. And I know that this is from the Gamerverse, but doesn't that look like an absolutely amazing suit right there? Look at that. Again, same packaging as the Captain America one, for the sides at least, and the front. Beautiful packaging, look at that. And mirror image on both sides, and look how awesome this Iron Man looks right here. Again, everyone in the set. The Build-A-Figure of Abomination. And Iron Man is number 1. It comes with a left leg. So check that out. Okay. So, Abomination Build-A-Figure. Let's see what it says here for Iron Man. It says, Iron Man. Tony Stark developed his cutting-edge Iron Man armor and helped found the Avengers to protect the world against catastrophic threats. Absolutely. Let's get this bad boy open. There we are. Simple enough. It seems like, look, it's getting a little more stuck there than I would like, and I definitely don't want to tear that part off. Okay, let's slide them on out. Beautiful packaging inside and out. And let's take a look at this Abomination leg, and then we'll set it aside. But, man, look at that. Look at those toes. Look at that Jurassic Park toenail right there. But this is great. Wow, this is a super smooth pivot. I just don't know if it'll hold because look, looks like it's a little soft on that. But anyway, I'm excited to take a look at what this Abomination will look like, and I'll set that aside for now. Let's take a look at this Iron Man. This just flew right on out. Take these blasts out. I can already tell you, I'm glad it comes with 2 sets of hands because I'm going to be all over wanting to have, both hands open. But it comes with these, so you can see. And the fist, of course, has the closed repulsor. And the open hand has so you can put the blaster in there. This part right here. Alright, cool. Let me set this back over here. Okay. Let's get closer to here again. Let's put this hand right on in here till it clicks. There we are. Simple. And I already see something I like. But, we'll definitely gonna love this action figure. Okay, so let's take a look at this head sculpt. I took a picture real quick. And I like that blue right there. And man, this looks like a great head sculpt. Looks like we have a little bit of plastic coming off right here. Probably take that off with a scalpel instead of this big clunky knife, but we'll mess with that later. Okay, see, the head moves pretty decent forward and pretty decent backwards. I would like it to move all the way back so I can show him flying like in the comics, but that's not gonna happen. Let's see if this neck moves. This neck does not move, but this joint will move his head back and forth like that. So that's cool. You can tilt a little bit and you can turn really well. Alright, so the shoulders go all the way around. Let's see how far back they go. They go not too far back actually, which is unfortunate. So I'd like them to move further back. It's this piece right here that restricts it. And it also restricts the turning of the arm. Look at this. Ooh, okay. It looks like if we force it well enough, it will go. I'm assuming this paint smudge is supposed to be wear and tear on his suit. And if not, we're going to play it off as if it is. let's see, you can turn this and push it in there. Okay, good. This takes a little bit of effort. Okay, and then arms a little looser than I would have hoped. And we got double joints right here on the elbows. A little bit of paint bleed right here, or chipped paint, I should say. Paint bleed there. I like this arc reactor right here. And then of course we got double joints right here at this elbow. There we go. It's like this joint is hard to turn. So you can see that. The wrists do go around and they go back and forth. And what I was saying earlier that I really liked is you can see, even because there's like a little ball right here on the wrist, that means that this wrist is going to be able to come back far. Look at that. That's something you don't normally see on Marvel Legends Iron Man. But you also don't always see the arm being able to come all the way straight. And this one isn't either, because look, as soon as I let it go, straight would be it coming like this. Like this, and this is as far as it'll go right here. So I don't want to break it, but you get to see how much force I'm putting so it'll come down. Okay, so we have a pretty good ab crunch right here. Doesn't come too far forward, but moves pretty far back. You can turn right here at the waist, which is awesome. Let's see. We got, you know, pretty good knee mobility here. Because it doesn't, again, Iron Man doesn't need to be Spider-Man. Oh, it's not turning here, and I don't want to crack the hip. And this is really tight right here in the high part of the thigh. Let me see if I can. There we go. You heard that click to loosen it up. And then the ankles move, you know, a decent amount forward and back, and then they pivot a little bit. Look at that. So let's take a moment to kind of look at the sculpt. I am digging the sculpt. Look at that. Like the gold, like this touch of gunmetal gray. Again, even though there is paint chips that, look at this, but overall I'm very excited with this action figure. And let's see how this will look when we put these in here. Look at that. Overall, this is a great action figure. I just regret that we can't put the arms can't put them completely straight. So that's unfortunate. But we can definitely still have them with great poses. And this one is way different than what was it, the Mark 46 we did, where we couldn't bend the knee very far forward. So that's pretty awesome. Look at that. Very cool. So let me stand him up and get him into a pose real quick. Let's see. Okay, cool. And I think the theme of posing these figures in this set is going to be a strong power stance. Look at that. He's got his legs spread. He's well balanced on the ground. He's about to blast. So that looks absolutely great. Look at that. Cool. Let's set him on over here. It's blocking his face, so let me turn him this way. There we are. Look at that. Very, very cool. Alright guys, let's move on to our next action figure in this set. What do you say? Great. And that next figure is Ms. Marvel. And look how outstanding this package looks. Looks how outstanding she looks. Now, very similar, if not the exact same action figure from before. And you know what, if I can go get that, I'll compare it right here. But again, here's a beautiful artwork. There's Thor, Iron Man, Black Widow, Hulk, Ms. Marvel, and Captain America. Beautiful package. And she comes with piece number 2 in the set, which is the chest and the back, so this torso. Look at that. And look at this beautiful artwork right here. So Ms. Marvel, let's read what it says back here. And it says, Ms. Marvel, whip smart with an optimistic personality, Kamala Khan is determined to combat injustice wherever she finds it. And yep, let's get it open. Let's get this box right on open. There we are. Oh, look, just like I said, here I am starting to tear it. So I'm gonna be, watch this. I should have done in the first place when the other two almost tore. But in case you're wondering what I meant by that, look at this beautiful package. I keep admiring this beautiful A for the Avengers symbol. And let me get the other box real quick so you can see. And it's from the Marvel's Sandman Build-A-Figure set. And from 2016, I believe. But you're gonna see, it looks like it might be the exact same sculpt. The legs are a little different. So if not exact same, pretty similar. Look at the boots. This one has way cooler boots. Alright, so let's get her out. And then of course, there we are. Is it even the same fist and open hand? Certainly looks like it. Certainly. Alright, let's get this. Wow. Look how huge this Abomination torso is. This is just like a big plate that just goes on the front. Look at that. Look at these shoulders. And that's like a butterfly joint. That's awesome. That's really awesome, actually. This would go here. But before I do that, we'll set it aside so we can take a closer look at it. And look how these are soft, actually. Okay, set that aside right over there. And let's zoom on in. Back. And let's take a look at the extra arms we have. Now mind you, it's only from the elbow forward. So that's the only part I'm like really disappointed on, is it's basically a repaint of the other figure. We can compare that in just a moment, even closer, but yeah, let's take a look at this face sculpt, which the face sculpt looks great. Interesting how that like dot matrix print doesn't look as sharp from up close as it does from far away. The blue is great. We have some paint bleed right here on the nose and the cheek. Lips look good. Overall, I'm very satisfied with this head sculpt. The arms move completely all the way back. Look at that. We got a single joint on the elbow, which is traditional with a female figure. So the arm only comes up to about 90 degrees, maybe a little bit more. Turns right here, right at about the rib cage, and that's where we have the pivot, the tilt, and the turn, and the ab crunch. And then let's see, this is soft plastic right here for her outfit, and then red leggings. So as far as the joint, we can still have great mobility here. Turns in the high part of the thigh. We have double joints for the legs and the knee right here. I will say this feels like it's getting looser than I would like it to be. Look at that, but we can definitely pose really well. But this does feel, look at this, loose and soft. Turns right here in the high part of the shin, and we can point and flex these boots. Now the sculpt and the look of the boots are phenomenal. Look at that, that slight wrinkle, that looks absolutely outstanding. Look at what she has right here on her neck. That looks awesome. And it looks like you can probably, let me see, can it come off? No, it can't. You have to pop off the head for that to come off. You know what? Didn't even notice how far back and forward the head goes. It goes pretty far back forward. The hair is soft-ish, so you can still move the head around. Look at that. But since it hits here, you gotta go like that to open it up. Otherwise, her head starts to tilt in. Okay. We have two fists here, which I wish she didn't have two fists only. But what are you gonna do about that? Oop. Knock the camera forward. And then all we gotta do is this. Twist and pull. And we can replace the arms here. Look at that. So there we are. Twist and pull. And there we are. So I wish there was more that they had than just that, but it's definitely better than the Mr. Fantastic we just had, that only the fingers were going forward and none of the rest of the arm. So I can live with this. Now that being said, the wrist doesn't turn on either one of them, so that's a little funky. And you know what? I think I noticed that on the last one. So I guess we can give her a stronger stance here. Again, not a fan of this part of the boat moving, because you'll end up with a funky leg going in the wrong direction. There we are. And then, are these the arms that we want to keep on here? Yeah, why not? Okay, cool. So let me just stand her up here for a moment. And let me just pull that other one out real quick. Give a quick little bonus comparison. You can see the colors already way different, but you can't tell me that's not almost the identical plastic print, right? It even moves right there, like they just popped boots on where that was, because it looks like it turns there too. The gold trim, everything is a little bit duller because this is a brighter red, brighter gold, brighter, deeper blue. But it definitely looks like everything's the same sculpt except the boots. So cool. Set that aside, and let's go ahead and leave her like that, and put her right on over here. Doesn't that look awesome? Closer real quick. Very cool. All right. Let's move on to our next Marvel legend. What do you say to that? Great. Okay, awesome. And the next one we have in this set is Marvel, which would be Captain Marvel, the guy version, right? So in the first one, to be quite honest, and yep, that's why the outfit also looks very similar to the movie. So let's take a look, see what this says. Beautiful packaging. This one, compared to the other ones, obviously is a different box completely, because it's a black box versus the white box. And this is where we start going into the comic book figures versus the gamer-verse. Let's see what it says back here. This is beautiful artwork right here, and I love where the stars look and where the rays are shooting out. He comes with number 3, which is the left arm of Abomination. Look at that. And let's see what it says. It says, Marvel. The powers of flight, superhuman strength, and stamina make Marvel a celebrated warrior. Absolutely. So, since I've said it enough about not tearing the box, let's just go ahead and slide this in and then just turn it. Look at that. Simple. Not cut any corners. And look, they already have them as this leaning stance right there. Cool. Alright, let's get this Abomination arm out. And look how huge this arm is. As big as he is. Great. And you know what? I definitely gotta say, well, unfortunately there's no accessories here. But I was gonna say that this is a great looking action figure. And you know what? I am overall liking the sculpt. Oh, his head is definitely loose. Look at that. See how far forward it comes. It comes pretty far forward. And then does this. cool. And moves pretty far backward. Overall, I do like the hair sculpt. Wow, I like how it's flowy and it's got a little bit of wash color on there, so it's not just one solid color. The paint overall looks good. I like the metallic look. It's not a sharp line right here because you see like where it's a little bit of that tan, light tan and blue kind of merging. But I love the metallic blue on there. And I kind of wish this was a metallic red, but the metallic blue looks awesome. And I like the gold right here. And I wish these were glued on there, which is something I guess we can do. But otherwise, that does look good. And this is a pretty straightforward, simple sculpt of. We've seen this body sculpt quite a few times over the years. So there's not a whole lot different other than the paint application right here. Let's see. This is not a solid yellow right here because of where it comes across. We have some paint chipping, what looks like right here. But otherwise, I am pretty satisfied with this action figure. I'm not happy that we have 2 closed fists and no accessories like hands or swappable head or some sort of blast. And but otherwise, I love the blue. And overall, still a pretty good execution. Uh-oh. Let's see, am I going to be able to push this arm down? And the shoulder's coming out there, but the arm's kind of sticking out in an odd way. Because it looks like this arm is like this. But, alright, so let me mess with this. Because I want this arm to be able to come down. So they spin around without clicking pretty well. They turn on the high part of the bicep. We have double joints right here at the elbow. That's awesome. This arm is moving a whole lot easier than I would have liked. And we have different shades of red right there. I don't like how loose it is, look at that. But it still stays, so I will say that. The shoulder, push in here as you turn it, because see how it's lifting? You don't want it to crack off. There we go. So I'm gonna push it in as I pull this part out. Ugh. And it's not really, it is moving. Not, there we go. I was like, not as much as I would like. And this one, I don't want to crack it off right here at the where the bicep is, because this part will crack off. So I'm like, okay. The shoulder does not cooperate as much as I would like it to. There we go. There we go. Ugh, but then it's hard to put back. So, and this kind of goes for both of them. There we go. Okay. So, here we are. It's Marvel, so he's not going to be crouching down and so on. He's also going to have a very strong, solid stance. It's the wrists do turn all the way around, and they flex back and forth. And we had him kind of leaning forward, right? Look at that. So we can definitely do that. It's kind of assaulting forward a little bit. So slightly when we got him out of the package, right? Look at that. Let's lean him forward a little bit, and then, you know what? I don't think I look at his ab crunch, which he can actually crunch pretty well, and he turns right here at the waist. But there we are, and let's get him a better pose. Look at that. Bring his elbow up. Very cool. Alright. Let me give him just the final turn right there. And there we go. Let's set him up. Oop. There we go. You know what? Let me turn him just a little bit. Give me a second. Okay, cool. I just turned him for a second to make his stance just a little bit stronger. Let's bring his arms down, like since he has two fists, going like that. Let's turn his leg. Ugh. What? I hadn't even turned it. Unless I got some glue right here, actually. You see how that's like glossy? Okay, cool. There we are. There with a true power stance. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Yes. Let's move on. And now with 3 more in this set and then the Build-A-Figure, we have Marvel's Mach 1. Let's move up here. Let's take a closer look. Look at this beautiful package. Again, this is another one of the black boxes. Traditional as far as the newer version, right? And we have almost a mirror image for this package. Oh, I guess, okay, never mind. It's not a mirror image. It's the same image twice. And then we have another picture right here. This is actually great artwork right there. He comes with number 4, which is the head of Abomination. And so I love this artwork. Beautiful. And I love the way the light kind of glares off that. So it says, Marvel's Mach 1. Abner Jenkins suits up in his mobile armored cyber harness as Mach 1. So it doesn't look like he has any accessories, but definitely looks super cool. Let's get this open right here. Again, I'm through trying to accidentally tear the box, so do that. Loosen that out. And wow, this one's actually taped here. And he has no... it's cool how little blast rays right there. But let's pop them on out. Let's see if he's top heavy or if those are light. So first, let's look at this Abomination head. These are soft. We'll take a closer look in a moment. Hopefully he's not cross-eyed. No, it's pretty good. Oh no. I was like, did I break his tooth? Because it was so soft and it came forward. I was like, oh no, I broke it. Look, but it's just that soft. I was like, I thought it just plopped off. Okay, good. I was like, I ruined it. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at this guy. And let's come closer down here. Instead of zooming, let's just move closer. So I'm really liking this head sculpt. Look at that. Definitely not a traditional one. Let's make sure we're in focus here. There we go. There we go. And so we have this piece right here. Look how cool this head sculpt looks. It goes really far down forward and pretty good back. I wonder. No, I was like, does this come off? It's attached. So I'm sure it is 2 pieces, but it looks like it's glued there. So I'm not gonna bother trying to take it off. Look at the wings. I love that blue. I love the sculpt. They are softer than I thought they were gonna be. I thought they were gonna be really like stiff. Okay. We have these soft plastic like shoulder pads that are armor to protect right here, and because they're so soft they don't restrict the movement really at all. It's like the shoulder comes up to about there and moves around pretty well. We'll say that we have 2 tones of blue. Look at this. And I'm sorry, I keep going out of focus for some reason. There we go. Look at the sculpt. Love that. Wow, isn't this interesting? Look at this. The weapons. Very interesting, alright? So the wrists go back and forth. Again, we have no accessories on this one. Look at this symbol right here. We have double joints right here at the elbows. We can come into almost a 45-degree angle. Wrists go back and forth and around. And it moves that just above the bicep. Does it do an ab crunch? It does. Look at that. It turns right here at the waist. This belt. Not a huge fan of that belt. It's kind of like a He-Man belt with a whole bunch more bubbles. Let's see, the leg moves pretty decent forward. This blue is gorgeous. Gorgeous blue. The sculpt's pretty interesting, actually. Let's see. Again. Well, that didn't move at all. And this one did. It clicked. This one's not. So I'm going to apply pressure right here. Last thing I want to do is break this hip joint, and then he's done. So let me apply pressure so this part doesn't have to move. There we go. See? You need to apply pressure here or it'll crack that inside hip joint. Okay. Let's see. Double joints right here at the knees. There we go. And so that loosened it a little more than I would have liked. But nonetheless, we've got great articulation there. We've got outstanding articulation on the feet and on the ankles. Look at this sculpt. How come I'm not able to move this ankle? There we go. Heard that click? It doesn't want to come back forward again. But let's look at the sculpt one more time. Doesn't come with any accessories, so that part's unfortunate, but overall it's cool. Some parts are looser than I would have liked, like these bottom parts of these legs, but either way, I'm pretty confident he'll stand pretty well. So let's move on up. Let's see if we can have him lasting. Well, I was going to, but it looks a little awkward because if I turn the arm now, it's on the outside. Let's see. And what we really want to do is have it up on top. Look, but it looks like I might not be able to do that, and it still look cool because I can do this, but then I got to turn the arms in. So it doesn't look as natural as you would like. It looks like he's more of a walking zombie. So let's see what we can do instead. And you know what? And if I have the stand, I'm gonna put him on the stand, but let me see. Okay, I ran into a couple of challenges. His legs are kind of an awkward shape, and they kind of bow out, and then with the fact that it's slightly loose in the bottom part, it isn't steady as well as I would like it to, because there is a little bit of this pack throwing him off balance, and his hands, because they look like they're supposed to be holding something, look kind of awkward to pose in any way that's kind of like this, because we don't normally stand just with open like this. So instead, giving him some sort of weapon, anything, I think that could have been very helpful. But in any event, we're gonna have him a very simple basic pose, because also it's difficult to get his ankle down just right. So he's probably not gonna have the coolest pose, but we can have him on a dynamic action figure stand. But either way, overall he looks very cool. Awesome. Let's move on. And now with 2 of these Marvel Legends left and the Build-A-Figure, we're up to Marvel's Rage. And again, continuing the tradition with, looks like no accessories, but we do have Abomination's right arm. Look at this, 5, 5, and this is the one we have left. So beautiful artwork. Look at this. Man, look at that glove. Beautiful artwork, and I'm sure it's probably a mirror image right here. But he looks great so far. And here's everybody in the set. And let's read what it says back here. Doesn't it look awesome? It says, Marvel's Rage. Accidental exposure to toxic chemicals as a young man gave Elvin Halliday superhuman powers. So very simple right up on the back. But let's get him open. There. Oops. Almost did it again. There we go. Slide them on out. And here's Abomination's arm. Look at that. This long nail. And look how it's almost as tall as he is. Let's push him out. box aside. And let's move on in closer. Look at this gorgeous head sculpt. Look at that. I'm loving this yellow. I like the way he's gnashing his teeth together. There's a little bit of paint bleed from the gums to the teeth, so that's a little unfortunate, but overall still looks good. I like the way the eyes look. They may be pointed a little bit too far out in opposite directions. So, but overall looks really cool. Making sure I didn't have a smidge of yellow right there on the tip of his nose. So there might be. Okay. Cool jacket. Love how he's got this leather biker type jacket going on with a little bit of yellow trim. But it's got a great sculpt. Looks like it's almost like leather cloth, even though it's just plastic. Look at that. I'm digging these spikes right here. And his biker type gloves. Oh, that looks awesome. Got a great sculpt. He's even got a manly hairy chest. Look at that. Let's see his arms. They move pretty well. They click. And they click as they turn. Look at that. And so this jacket is removable. You have to just pop the arm right off, but you could remove it if you wanted. The head moves really far forward and pretty far back, actually. Look at that. Tilts and pivots a little bit. And turns really well. It would turn all the way around if you tried, but there's no need for us to do that. The legs come up pretty well. It's got great hip articulation. Turns the high part of the thigh. Look at this. Big chunky knee joints, and because of that the legs don't go much further than that, but I like these biker boots right here. These are cool. Awfully shiny. Look, I'm not a huge fan that this knee's a little loose side to side, but hopefully we can still get him to stand well. Let's see, the ankles move really well. Look at that. Let's see what this says. If I can get it in focus. Oh, Hasbro 2020. It looks great. Look at that. Great sculpt. Again, would have been nice to have some accessory. And how many of our figures have like just two fists, right? That's already Ms. Marvel, Marvel, and then not two fists but two like open hands for accessories with no accessories, and then we have two fists. So we have kind of a similar tradition here with this set. So let me get him to a good stance, or at least something that we can definitely live with. Let's have him looking to act tough. It turns right here. I don't know if I mentioned, turns right here at the waist, and he can ab crunch pretty decent. I forgot to say, this sculpt, it has the legs like this. Look how far the hips are apart. If you try to bring the legs in, it looks kind of awkward. So just keep that in mind. And then remember how I told it's loose here? That is presenting a little bit of troubles. I'm looking to get him to stand. Look at that. So the fists like that, there's not a whole lot of stances we can do unless he's like punching somebody. But there we go. You can be intimidating someone. Let's put him right on over here. So that'll work great. Look at that. Awesome, right? Look at that. Very cool. And we have our Build-A-Figure pieces over here. And we have our last action figure, which is Marvel's Leader. So, yep, let's move right on over to Marvel's Leader. And interesting, do you see any accessories? No! Look at this beautiful artwork right there. Look at that veiny head. And look at his plotting. He looks like a green mastermind, right? Very similar to the movie. Of course, this one first, but that's what this is reminiscent of. So I love this color burst in the back. And he comes with number 6, which is the right leg of Abomination. So, Marvel's leader, gamma radiation turned Samuel Stearns into the hyper-intelligent menace, the leader. So I don't know if you remember, but in Incredible Hulk, the one from the MCU with Edward Norton, some of that was dripping on the scientist, and boom, you saw his head start growing, and it's like, ooh, that left it open to have the leader because of like gamma radiation and so on. But they never really did anything with that, and I don't think they'll ever go back to that. So just throwing that out there. But there's your quick little Easter egg from that movie. Let's get them out. Let's take a look. Very cool. So here's the other leg. Pop that out. And again with the Jurassic Park toenail. Very cool. Look how massive this is looking over here. Let's get the leader out. I will say, for this set, I am disappointed that there's little to no accessories. So that's unfortunate because that's one of our favorite things to get in Marvel Legends. It makes it worthwhile. The other part is a Build-A-Figure piece. Especially because, these figures look cool, but I probably wouldn't have gotten them if it weren't for the Build-A-Figure that we have here. But nonetheless, I do like this complete set and expands our Marvel universe. So because of that, I definitely do love that. Look at this. Super awesome, right? This isn't attached. This is soft plastic. Neither is this. And see, we got a pretty good ab crunch here. Turns right here at the waist. The arms click as they go around. And then moves pretty far back. Look at that. The head tilts a little bit. Turns side to side. Moves pretty far down, pretty far back. Look at that. So it turns to the upper part of the bicep. We've seen this body sculpt pretty common. So what is this? Like on the Spider-Man, for example. So I think this may be the black suit Spider-Man action figure body, because you see definitely have great articulation here. So it's a very simple paint job. Very simple paint job. Got this yellow and this orange. And that's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot to this action figure other than the standard sculpt. And you know what? Let me see if I can get if I have available a leader action figure from Toy Biz, actually. So let me take a look. Let me see what I can find real quick. Put this down right here and bring this a little up higher. Give me a second. And guess what, friends? I did find it. Let me see if I can move us higher and then show you. I'm actually really excited because I found both, and these are from 2006. You'll notice right here, and we have both Hulk versus the leader and the variant. We can open this up, but the plastic's already starting to fade kind of yellowish because it's so old. But look at that. These are the Toy Biz ones. And look how those extra joints in the hand. That Hulk looks beautiful. And you know what? We can open this if you want me to. Upcoming. You let me know in the comments. And here is what the other one looks like. And this one, the package is yellowed even more. Look at that brain head right there. So, very subtle difference. Otherwise, it looks like the body's pretty much the same and the head's what's different, right? And same thing with this Hulk. But let's finish up with this set, and that way we can also see this Abomination that I've been dying to build. So, leader, not a whole lot for you to do as far as posing. So, we're gonna have him. Oh, I was hopeful that I could get his hand on his chin, so it could be like, I'm thinking. It'd be like, There we go. So I can have him laughing maniacally. Not satisfied. Let's see what else I can do. Okay, well, something very simple. There we go. Have him, contemplating. The slick back hair. And the veiny forehead. Alright, great. Let's go ahead and set him right on over here. Gonna be contemplating. And there was everyone. Except our Build-A-Figure pieces. Doesn't that look absolutely outstanding? Look at that. You guys have voted for this one twice, and here we are, finally getting it out. And you know, I did buy these weeks and weeks ago, and first day they dropped, and I just haven't been able to get to it. So, what do you say we move on to our Abomination? I certainly think so. So the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's get our Abomination out here. Let's put everything ready to go. Look at that. Perfect. There we go. How's that? Perfect. So let's start building. And I think, you know what? I think we can just pop this on right here. But look how cool the inner workings of a Marvel Legend look. Look at that. The butterfly joint. It moves on these two parts, so it's pretty complex in here. Look at this. Okay, very cool. Let's pop this right. Oops, almost put it on upside down. Just line that up. There we go. And these, as I mentioned, are soft. Interesting. Okay. Let's put his head on. Look at that. Look how interesting it looks from that angle. There we go. Perfect. Wow, look at that. Let's pop this shoulder right into place. There we go. And you're gonna put it in there and then twist. There we go. It didn't click, but normally they do. Man, look how huge it looks. Okay. Let's get the leg on and twist. There we go. Let's get this leg on and twist. And man, let me tell you, is he ever heavy? And of course, extremely tall. Look at that. So there's absolutely amazing articulation for the head. Look at that. Pivots like that, and then the neck actually moves. Neck actually moves a little bit up and down, and it can turn. So it moves really well. Look at that. Of course, these are all soft spikes. Same thing with the teeth right here. I thought I broke it earlier. Okay, so let's see. We can actually rotate these really smooth. His shoulders all the way around. And we have this butterfly joint. Look at that. Which is awesome because he can really flex. He moves at the rib cage as far as his ab crunch and his tilting. He does move he should move at the waist. But he's not. So I can probably force that a little bit, but I definitely don't want to break that. So I'm not gonna really force that right now. He's still wearing a belt, looks like it just barely popped off. There's one of those click belts, interesting, that goes into each other. He's got really good hip joints, look at that. Turns the high part of the thigh. We got double joints right here at the knee, which it actually comes in pretty well. And it's pretty heavy duty, so I'm really liking that. We don't have a joint right here at the shin, so I'm happy about that. and we move really smooth, but maybe too smooth. Oh, you know what? I got ahead of myself. We don't have it at the high part of the shoe, we have the low part. But the foot might move a little more than I want it to. Look at that footprint. But I'm sure he'll still stand. The reason why I'm concerned is because he's so big and bulky. I forgot to mention right here, he moves in the high part of the bicep. Interestingly enough, look, you can move this without moving the bottom part. So it's just like on top. Moves right here. The elbow comes into about a 90-degree angle. The wrists do go back and forth. Look at that. Look at those claws. It'd be nice if the claws, like these big razor claws, were a different color, like maybe like this. But we can, I guess we can always paint that. And yeah. Look at that. You can have him kind of being real scary and menacing. There we are. Look at that. How's that? I think that looks absolutely gorgeous, incredible. Look at that. Let's get a closer look. Unbelievable. Look how gorgeous this action figure looks. The sculpt looks great, and the only thing I would want different is the nails to be slightly different color, and maybe a little bit of washing like there is right here with the dark color on the legs, because none of that on the legs. So that's probably just what's missing. But anyway, otherwise, absolutely outstanding action figure. Look at this beautiful sculpt. They did such an amazing job. So I put him right here. He's like all in the leader's way. But otherwise, all these action figures look phenomenal. So guys, I want to thank you for hanging out with us here today. So this is a reminder, if you've not already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe below. Hit the notification bell next to it so you get notified every time we have a new video come out. Talk to us in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know where in the world you're watching from. And yep, until next time. So go and hit up our YouTube channel page so you can see more amazing videos like this one. So for now, guys, I'm gonna say peace out. Thanks again for watching Vince and Gigi's Super Channel G. Peace. Hey friends, welcome back to Vince and Gigi's Super Channel G. And look how incredible these brand new X-Men Marvel Legends look. This is the Sugar Man Build-A-Figure set, and it has Dark Beast and so on, and you're not gonna wanna miss this. Giving you a glimpse of what this looks like, but we're gonna dive right on in just a moment. So guys, if you have not already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe below. Hit the notification bell next to it so you get notified every time we have a new video come out. Talk to us in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know where in the world you're watching from. And yeah, let us know if these are absolutely cool Marvel Legends or if you have your own already. Talk to us in the comments below. So what do you say we go ahead and get started? Right now.
What is up, Vince and Gigi?
Vince and Gigi, Super Channel G.
Super Channel G.
Vince and Gigi from Super Channel G.
Super Channel G.
Vince and Gigi on Super Channel G.
So tight. Don't stop doing what you're doing.
Congratulations on all your success.
Congratulations on everything.
I will see you on the TV.
Super Channel G. Yeah!
God, is this great?
Alright friends, welcome back to Vince and Gigi's Super Channel G, and look what we have for you here today. We have this incredible The Age of Apocalypse X-Men Marvel Legends from Hasbro Toys. Of course, they're incredible. There are 7 that are in this set. Taking a closer look, and I can't wait to show you. So let's take a look to see who's in here. So it looks like we have Jean Grey, X-Man, Sunfire, Marvel's Wild Child, Weapon X, Marvel's Morph, and Marvel's Dark Beast. They look absolutely incredible. I just can't wait to take a look. And what do you say we get started? So let me set everything off to the side, and let's go right ahead in order so we can have this crazy Build-A-Figure for Sugar Man right here. And you know, let me know what you think of these. These dropped not too long ago. We haven't had the chance to review them yet, but boy am I excited. And let me make sure I got everything set up all nice and neat here. Okay, awesome. So we're gonna start off by taking a look at Jean Grey here. And let's see who's in the set first, actually, before we get started. So clearly this is the Build-A-Figure for Sugar Man. And doesn't that look just wicked? And then we have Jean Grey, X-Man, Sunfire, Wild Child, Weapon X, Morph, and Dark Beast. And this is a little close-up right here, and it shows you exactly which piece comes from which action figure. So 2 right here, you have the left upper arm. 3, you have the left lower arm, so on and so forth. 4 is, what is 4? Because 1 is the top, 4 is, let's take a look. Oh, it's the back. Look at that. Because here's the front and the head, and here's the back. That makes sense. All right, so let's get a little further up right here, and let's take a look at this first one. That's Jean Grey. Okay, so man, doesn't that look so crazy? Let's take a look at this package. Different X-Men logo than we're used to here, but look at this beautiful, the Age of Apocalypse, including this great art on the side. Look at this beautiful artwork. Look at that. And definitely a different Jean Grey than we're used to seeing. Take a look at that. Beautiful artwork, and look at this great pose back here. So let's read what it says on the back. Here it says, Jean Grey. Jean Grey can read and project thoughts and stun opponents with her pure psionic force. Very cool. So let's get this action figure open. What do you say to that? And this one, I'm like, where do we get it? We either got it at Target or Walmart. And I think this whole set, we may have actually gotten at Target, but you can definitely get it either way. There's a ton of other places you can get it, like GameStop, Think Geek, Amazon, a ton of other places. But we found it at Target. Wow, look how great this Apocalypse looks right here in this box. Let me slide this out if I can. I don't want to rip it or destroy it. Is it attached somewhere? I'm like, because it's not sliding out. There we go. Just to take a look real quick. They look absolutely magnificent. Okay, great. Let me set this aside. And man, does this look crazy. Look at this. It looks absolutely wild. Okay, so let's get this. Wow. We're gonna be taking a closer look at this in a little bit. We'll set this aside right here. Let's take a look at that in a little bit. Okay. Jean Grey. Man, look, they poked the leg through a hole in the package. Let's take a closer look. Let's see. She didn't come with any accessories, not even like any energy projection type looking things, but look at this great head sculpt. Looks like a little bit of paint chipped right there on her nose. Let me get up close right here, because I'm like, we can probably get that off with a scalpel. So, oh, I split it into 2. Look at that. Okay, great. Looks like I was able to get that off right there. Very cool. Okay, and looks like the eye on the left eye drifted a little bit this way, but nonetheless, the head sculpt looks great. I think the hair looks great also. A slightly washed look to give it a different, more than one color. They're kind of fading, so that's cool. Let's see how far. Man, the head appears like it would go pretty far back if it weren't for that collar, and probably pretty far forward. Look at that. So I'm digging that blue right there on her face. And this is a beautiful head sculpt, let me say that much. Look at that. Awesome. And look, a lot of mobility in the head. Okay, let's see what about the arms. The arms rotate. They're actually pretty tight here on the shoulder. And because of this shoulder pad deal right here, they don't go all the way forward and they don't go all the way back. So there's a limitation on how they can move. I'm sure we can get it to kind of like be out and go out more, but it's going to be kind of awkward. The ab, man, this is a ridiculous backwards ab crunch. Look at that. Forward, and it moves right here just below the ribs. Look at this. I have a little bit of paint bleed right here. Again, I don't think we'll be able to get rid of it with this. We'll have to probably have to touch it up, but there we go. Let's see, the legs don't come up especially high, but it looks like we might get to almost a 90-degree angle, if not. And turns right there in the high part of the thigh. So it's got some decent articulation there. We do have double joints here on the knees. Look at that. And the knee could be a little bit more solid, but still works good. The legs come this far forward. Look at the red that's there on the boots. Look at that. And then looks like we're going to be able to point and flex the feet pretty well. Oop. There we go. It was fighting me. And then we can pivot. I don't know why my character has some scuff right here on the boot, and then the paint's kind of coming off. But other than that, this action figure looks pretty good. There is definitely paint like smudges multiple places, so that's a little odd. But nonetheless, I would have liked some sort of like energy projection or something that we could put like around her hand or her arm. That would have been something. Or you know what? Even just, wow, I'm dropping the box. Even if it was a different swappable head or swappable hands. But nonetheless, this is a really cool looking action figure. Look at that. Maybe we can have her doing that. Okay. So let me get her to a unique looking pose here. That looks a little odd because it looks like she's doing the Michael Jackson Thriller dance. Let me see what I got here. Okay, so I decided just to give her a strong stance after all, and have her hands ready to project any sort of energy. Look at that. Again, we do have some paint coming off in the most random places, or smudged on there. And you know what, I forgot to mention, but the wrists do move back and forth pretty well. There's a little bit of restriction right here because of this, but it does pivot well enough to be able to go back a little bit. Look at that. So we'll just give her a strong stance like this, and I think that'll definitely work. Look at that. Very cool. Again, would have been nice to have had at least one accessory, but let's place her right here. What do you think, guys? All right, awesome. Let's move on to our next one. Very cool. And next we have X-Man, or Nathaniel Gray. I'm excited about this one. Looks really cool, and that'd be nice if we can remove that, but I don't know if we can remove it. So let me move our Jean Grey over just a smidge. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. Okay, and let's take a look at this box. Let me bring this on back up here. Again, that really cool Age of Apocalypse logo, that really cool Apocalypse art in the back, and look at this beautiful artwork right here, man. These Marvel Legends have been on a roll with the artwork that they've been having. Unfortunately, this is the same picture twice, not even a mirror image, and one pose right here. You know what? This is first time it's not like a really super strong pose, but nonetheless, here's everybody in the set, and let's take a look what it says about Nate Gray. So it says, X-Man Nate Gray travels between dimensions armed with astonishing psychic powers. Wow. Looks pretty cool. Let's get him out. And it looks like he probably doesn't have any accessories either, so that's a little unfortunate. And that's kind of also been a theme of what we're seen recently. But some of the Marvel Legends. Accessories are definitely one of my favorite parts of getting Marvel Legends, especially when it's swappable heads and so on. So, man, look at these Giga Man arms. They're like super huge. Look at that, compared to our X-Men here. Look how long the arm is. So, that's pretty crazy. Look at that. And so, just to make sure, for X-Men, this is 2. And these are the upper arms. So I'll put these way up here. Off to the side. Isn't this just pretty awesome? Let's get them out right here. Okay, so now let's get closer right here to X-Men and take a look at this head sculpt. And this looks like it probably doesn't come out. So it's cool looking, but unfortunate that there's no option to remove it. Let's see if I have a little bit of this little mole right here on the chin. Looks like it's just paint bleed also, but or a nick of paint. And there we are. This yellow definitely looks a little rushed right there, but let's zoom back out, and this is just kind of placed over the body, but you can't take it off without the shoulders still looking like they're part of the jacket. So let's see what sort of articulation we have and posability on the head. This is outstanding mobility for the head also. Very similar to the Jean Grey one. The arms move all the way around. Nice and stiff. And you know what? There isn't a whole lot of limitation to how much they move there. The arms move at the high part of the bicep, just above it. We have pretty good dual joint right here at the elbow, so you can bring the arm in to about a 45-degree angle-ish. And looks like the wrist do spin and bend back and forth. There we are. Spin around. So that's cool. And we do turn right here at the waist. We have a decent ab crunch. Look at that. We have a utility belt right here, which is just solid yellow for now, but it's easy to paint. I don't know how I feel about these knee pad looking deals right here. Almost looks like a warped pineapple ring. Let's see, we do have some decent double joints at the knees. The legs come up to not a 90-degree angle, and the legs actually bend a little bit backwards or too far forward. This joint is a little bit loose. The legs do bend up-ish. And then I'm not going to turn it here because I'm going to loosen this, but looks like it has a joint right there in the high part of the shin. And we have some pretty good mobility right here at the ankles. Just takes a little bit of warming up to get used to. Very cool. All right, let's see. The hair, he's got kind of like that wedge hairdo. And how would we want to pose him? So, again, probably another strong pose, as he doesn't need to be doing some crazy jumps and flips like Spider-Man. What he needs to do is be very much in control of his body and his powers. So you can do something similar. Look at that. There we go. And very cool. So let me see if I can get him to stand with this pose. Now, the knee being loose, that's a little unfortunate because it's going to make it more difficult to pose, as he's not going to hold every pose we put out there. But that should work good. And let's see what happens if we put him right on over here. How's that? Looks pretty cool. Look at that. Awesome. Let's move on to our next action figure. Let's bring it a little bit closer this way. Awesome. Move that way. Okay, and next we have Sunfire. And I like how Sunfire is like see-through. Check that out. And let's take a look at this box. Age of Apocalypse logo. Apocalypse artwork right there. And look at this beautiful artwork of Sunfire right here. It is not a mirror image. It's the same image twice. And look at this really cool pose. And man, look how the light is just traveling through this action figure. That looks great, actually. Here's everyone in the set. And Sunfire is number 3, which means the lower arms of Sugar Man. So doesn't that look wild? Okay, let's see what it says on the back. It says, Sunfire. Scorching ionized plasma allows Sunfire to fly, protect himself, and blast his enemies. Very cool. So, let's get him open. Whoa! Got a little overzealous there. Oof. Just keep making it so that I might accidentally tear it. So I'm like, let me shimmy it out that way. Slide that out. So here's the other 2 arms, Sugar Man. Again, looks like no accessories for our action figure. And look at this. So we'll take a look at these arms in a little bit, but look how long they are compared to our action figure. So let me make some room right on over here. Okay, let's get our action figure out. Okay, let's get on closer and take a look at this awesome see-through body. Look at that. Flames coming up. Man, that looks amazing. Look at this face right here. Looks wild. Let's see what sort of head articulation we have. We can go about that far backward, about that far forward, and turns pretty well to the side. Now it does end up, the jaw ends up hitting this fire right here on the shoulders. But and that looks like it's permanently affixed. So it can't be removed by popping off the head. Look at this body sculpt. See, the waist movement's a little loose. Oh, and there's an extra joint right here for the butterfly joint. Look at that. Alright, let's see how well this shoulder moves around. It's actually fighting me right now for moving around. There, it's clicking multiple times. And that butterfly joint is like fighting me. Okay, cool. Click, 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 click. And then moves this far back and this far forward, which isn't tremendously, but does come more forward than normal. Moves up here above the bicep. Look at that. Double joints right here at the elbow. And I will say this, last time I had a see-through action figure, it was our Human Torch, which I still haven't glued together. It just fell apart. I'll show you that in a minute if you haven't seen that, but it's on our Fantastic Four, the first set that are Walgreens exclusives. With this mobility here, so that looks cool. Let's do this ab crunch. Clicks forward a little bit. Okay, turns right here at the waist. Look at this sculpt. Interesting. Okay, so the legs come, at least a 90-degree angle forward. Turns to the high part of the thigh. Look at that. Now that felt nice and tight. Also looks like lemon candy. It's not, so don't try and eat it. It's bend right here at the knee. Actually moves pretty well. It does feel like it's gonna get looser on me if I keep moving it. Take a look at that. There's a joint right here to move right here in the high part of the shin. I don't usually prefer that. I'd rather it be stuck. So I'll probably glue that together so it doesn't move, because your leg can't move like that. Look. So I'll probably attach a little bit of glue here so that this doesn't have to move. And then we have some pretty good articulation there at the feet. Look at that. Very cool. So I'm digging this action figure. And let's see what kind of cool poses we can get. Let me try this. Okay, so as I'm posing this guy, the legs, they end up kind of moving on me to where he's not really standing still. Wow, and he's leaning kind of that way-ish. But let's see if I can't bend this forward a little bit. I'm actually having difficulty posing because he's not standing still, and the legs don't become straight lines, they start. So looks like we're just gonna do something really cool like that. So I got lucky because that looks really cool, and look how the light shines through. Look at that. Got lucky because that's the best pose we can get, and luckily it's a good pose because can't pose this guy very well, unfortunately. Look at that. So that'll work. Very cool. And so check this out. For those of you who haven't seen the Fantastic Four video, or it's been a little while, here's the refresher. This is a really cool action figure, and Johnny Blaze, and well, basically this is the part that broke, the part that would hold it right here. Oh, see, I'm just gonna have to glue it, but then I have to make sure that this part is in there and that closes there, and it's still not perfect, but anywho, just wanted to show you that because those are the challenges of having certain Marvel Legends. Alright, let's move on. Let's see what we got next. Very cool. So next we have Marvel's Wild Child, and let's bring it back up here, and let's take a look at this box here, which obviously is very much like all the other ones. Beautiful Age of Apocalypse logo and artwork. But check this out. So this one is a mirror image. Look at that. That looks absolutely outstanding. We have one accessory, and it's this chains spiraling around like that. And let's see what it says. Man, that chain's awfully straight for how it looks in there. And it says, Marvel's Wild Child. Enhanced regeneration and superhuman senses make Wild Child an excellent tracker. Wow. So, depending on which storyline you read and when and where, Wild Child could have been a super villain or a super hero. So, a lot of stories kind of weaving in and out. Let's go get this action figure out of this box. Perfect. There we go. And again, this one is number 4 in the set, and 4 comes with the back. Sugar Man, look at this. So we'll set that aside for now. And man, that looks pretty crazy. So let's get them on out. Shove them out. Oh! Wow, that was gruesome. What happened? Jeez. Decapitated. And that was awfully easy that it just popped right on off. So, set this box aside for now. And let's pop this head back on. But now let's get closer and take a look at this head sculpt. So just twist and pop that on. Man, that is a long neck. This is an extremely skinny action figure. So this is super soft plastic. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, look at those sideburns. Very Wolverine-esque. Hair's kind of flowing around. And the head goes about that far back because this restricts it. And it's far forward and does turn really well. Wow, and again we have a butterfly joint. It's a very simple one, but we have one. And let's see. Oh, this shoulder's not wanting to cooperate here either. There, so I'm pushing it in here and supporting it so it doesn't just pop right off. Spins around pretty easily. Look at this. There we go. Let's see. Push it in as you lift and lower. Turns right here above the bicep. We do have double joints that bring in the arm more than a 45-degree angle in. Look at that. Okay, let's extend the arms. And the arms definitely loosened as I started to move them. Let's see, the wrist goes back and forth. Look at the claws, spinning hands. There we are, look at that. Almost a mirror image on those sides. We'll straighten out the leg so we can take a closer look. And ooh, look, our leg is definitely crooked. It should be closer to that, and look how far it goes in. So that can be corrected, but unfortunate that we have to start that way. We have a, decent ab crunch. We turn at the waist. Look at the sculpt. And this is slightly different color. The legs, different mustardish color. See the legs. Wow, more than a 90-degree angle. Look, the legs actually come up on this one. So that's different than what we've been seeing. Turns at the high part of the thigh. We have double joints here at the knees, but you see this one's warped, at least at the moment. So this has definitely got some strong articulation, and this is definitely one that you might want to articulate well, as this wild child might be jumping through the air. Look at that. And it says 2015. So I definitely don't remember there being an action figure like this. So maybe much like Ms. Marvel, could be a sculpt that's reused, and you know what, I'm gonna have to check on that. So interesting. So let's take a look at this. Is there any sort of wire in here to straighten this out? Nope. So it is attached right there, so that's not gonna straighten more out, and this is always gonna be bent right here. So interesting. And I'm like, is this attached, this brown part? Yes. So let's see what sort of crazy crouching posing maybe we can do for this one. Let's take a look. Okay, I think I have just what I needed. Take a look at that. That actually looks wicked. And I went ahead and I put the chains going around Wild Child. So that looks great. Set them up right on over here. Make sure I don't mess with them too much. Let's see. There we are. Very cool. That's actually a great pose. And it looks absolutely outstanding. And finally an action figure that has one accessory at least. So that looks awesome. Let's move on to our next Marvel Legend in this set. And that's going to be X-Men Weapon X. And of course we know this is Wolverine. And our one accessory is to swap that out for that doesn't have any claws. It looks like our claws are being pushed together right over here. But beautiful Age of Apocalypse artwork. And look at this awesome Wolverine right here that's drawn. The exact same art twice. Beautiful artwork. I love that borderline right there. Look at that. That glowing blue. And then here's an action shot right here. Take a look at that. So it says, Weapon X, armed with adamantium claws and superhuman healing abilities, Weapon X joins the battle against Apocalypse. That looks pretty wicked. And I was saying this, like, I get that this is popping out right here, but that's definitely not coming from above where the knuckles would be, because I would align with the back of this, and you know what, there would be a hand skeleton for the fingers and so on. It would be coming to the top, but obviously a replacement hole above the wrist. So let's take this bad boy out. Here's everybody in the set again, and Weapon X comes with the left leg. And look how little this leg is, and it's just so small and stumpy. Let's open. Again, they're staying stuck in there, so I don't want to tear the box right here and be ripped right out. And look how cool that looks. Let's get tons closer again. And that one I'm out of focus. There we go. For some reason. This little leg. This leg's not even as tall as Wolverine's here. Look at that. Interesting. Set that aside. Look at that. Let's put that Wolverine out. What's next? This is a massive headpiece. So let's get closer in here. Look at that. Look at this huge hair. He's definitely grumpy. He's got some 5 o'clock shadow. And he's definitely got this little bit of bangs coming in his face. This massive amount of hair. Massive. And then there's sideburns going that way. So let's see, his head goes pretty far back and pretty far forward. Check that out. And then tilts and moves and turns, and so it does all this crazy stuff. Look at that. Okay, there's some hairy arms here. A little rushed with the hair, but because I had some thick hair. But we also have some really pronounced butterfly joints right here. Look at that. Where they come back and forward. Look at that. So this turns right here. Let's see. The arms click all the way around. They go about 90-degree angles back. But then the butterfly joint will give you a little bit of extra. This blue and red design right here. The arm turns above the bicep. Look at this big veiny bulging bicep. We have double joints at the elbows, but it barely brings it more than a 90-degree angle. Look at that. So that looks cool. Look at this. And I'm like, these come out. Don't know. Well, they could, but I don't want to yank on them and they're not supposed to. Okay, we have an extremely pronounced ab crunch. We turn at the waist. Looks like this might, oh no, I was like, looks like it might be attached or glued. And maybe it was and I loosened it, but it does move a little bit right now. Let's see, the legs come this far forward, and good, there is no shin joint. The legs turn right here in the high part of the thigh. We do have double joints right here at the knees. And this leg got looser as I moved it. Right here where the boots are. The ankles have some pretty good mobility. Look at this X-Men symbol right there. It's great. So Weapon X. And you know what? I wish we had a swappable head. And this head's okay, but I'm not a huge fan of how that looks. I think it could have looked a little different. I don't like the way it kind of cow licks over here. But overall, it's a good, cool action figure. But I'm not like, it's not a 10 out of 10. So I guess we can just twist this off. Let's try that. Ooh, that was easier than I thought. I'll just put that there. And that would replace that where your arm was cut off. Let's spin that. There we go. So you can go all the way down. So which do you prefer? That claw or the one where he's got no claw like that? Maybe this? Yeah, let's go with that. Just for fun. What do you say? Or do you want that? I guess both look good. At least we got to see what both look like. And let's put this back on. Very cool. There we go. And let's get a decent looking pose right here. There's some very pronounced hip joints. Let's bring the head, instead of having it all the way out like that, let's bring it up here. It's got a really long pronounced neck. There we go. Something Very simple yet strong. There we go. Put them right here. Very nice. All right, cool. Let's see, we only have a couple more and then our Build-A-Figure. So let's go ahead and move on. So next we have Marvel's Morph. Just take a look at that. Okay. So, Age of Apocalypse. I can't get enough of that. Again, the beautiful artwork. And look how great this art looks. I love that beautiful border that is on all these art pieces. Look at that mirror image. It's absolutely great. It's running right there. Look at this action shot. So, I was like, it's going to be a similar little color to what was on Sunfire with the dots right there, but similar but not the same. And I was like, wait a minute, another one here. Definitely got a theme going of these dots going along the collar. And this right here, Marvel's Morph 6. We have the other leg of Sugar Man. Okay, let's see what it says for Marvel's Morph. I'm gonna bring it just a smidge closer, and it says, Marvel's Morph. A natural mimic, Kevin Sidney transforms himself into any shape at will. Very cool. Okay, let's open this. And slip this under there. There we go, so don't tear it. Set the box. Very cool. Oh, and look at this long cape. Nice, softer, bendy plastic. Here's the other leg, right? Like this, say anything here? 2019 Hasbro. Okay. All right, and then I push this through. Yeah, push it through, and then kind of fold it like this to, you know, injure our action figure. Perfect. Okay. Oh, this is not attached, so it's just gonna pop right off. Interesting. I guess it's better if we glue that than just having it loose, because look. Alright, so let's take a closer look at our action figure. Marvel's Morph. So, that sculpt does look a little generic, has a little bit of paint dots here, blemishes. With one eyebrow coming up, I guess, because that's what it's supposed to be, but even though the eyebrow is down here, a little bit of smirk. It's got that like Amazon looking smirk, and that's unfortunate that this is just popping off. Okay, good. It does at least have the little peg that would go in there, but the plastic is so soft it keeps bouncing out. Let's see. It's trying to go in, but then this part's still staying up, so we just have to glue that down. Okay, so head moves pretty far back, pretty far forward, tilts, turns, so that's good. The arm will go, wow, this one also has a butterfly joint. It does turn all the way around. It clicks as it moves in the upper part of the above the bicep. Look, this one joint here that's moving is looser than I'd like it to be. It still stays, but it's like getting looser by the minute. So this is what our double joints look like. The wrist, there we go. And loosen it, turns, bends back and forth. Look at that. Got two punching hands. Turns right here at the waist. Clicks for the ab crunch. This is very similar to ones we've seen before. And right here, the cuffs and the boots serve as where it attaches in the high part of the shin. Let's see, these lemon flavored looking boots, of course they're not lemon flavored, it looks like it. Turn, and the legs come up to about a 90-degree angle. Turns right here, the upper part of the thigh. And we do have double joints at the knees, which is a little restricted by this cape. It would be nice if this cape was attached again. Look at that. Got a cool mold. but it looks like it's gonna be basically as tall as he is, so it may as well be attached. We can have him stand. Look at that. There we go. I guess we can make the ab crunch like that. There we go. It's not a whole lot you can do with the cape, with it not being attached either, and with how long it is. We can definitely do that and set him up right here. So that looks like it'll work. We can bring our weapon X a little bit forward and put more back here. Look at that. So that should work. All right, very cool. All right, let's move on to our last action figure before our Build-A-Figure Sugar Man. And that last action figure will be Marvel's Dark Beast. Look at that. This is a sick looking figure and comes with this sugar hammer right here. Isn't that look crazy? Looks similar to Mjolnir, but anyway, look at how great this package looks. Also, it's beautiful artwork, and I love how this blue is kind of like this light is reflecting off of Dark Beast. Doesn't that look crazy? Looks absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. All right, let's see what it says back here. This is number 7, so it comes with just that, just the weapon. So it says, look at this really cool pose. So it's Marvel's Dark Beast. Dr. Henry McCoy constantly experiments on himself to enhance his superhuman powers. That doesn't really tell us a lot about what's going on here. It really doesn't. But anyway, it gives us a touch of, at least Henry McCoy, you know it is Beast, but a different version of him, as he absolutely did continue to mutate, so to speak, but always experimenting on himself. Let's pull this action figure out. Wow, it's tall, and this is definitely, probably right off the bat, my favorite figure in this whole set. Look at this. Pop this out and set it aside. Look at that. I like how it looks. That looks really cool, actually. Set that aside. I love how this beast has this hand to like match to stand on, and then this fist right here. So let's pop them out. Wow, and this is a heavy figure too. Let's take a close look. Look at this head sculpt. That looks pretty mean, pretty wicked. Look at that. And we have these little braids or little tails going on right here, like the yellow eyes. Look at that. The piercings in the ear. And the head goes decent back because it has it lifted like this, and then decent forward. Look at that. Turns and pivots a little bit. The shoulder goes all the way around well. Even this one has a slight, oh no, forget slight, has a big butterfly joint that goes to the back. Look at that. Ab crunch is right here, and it still tilts, and right here where the rib cage would be, but since there's no waist joint, I guess this is where it would turn. Okay, again, look at the sculpture here. That looks cool. Turns right here in the high part of the bicep. We have 2 super chunky elbow joints, and look at this again with the sculpt. Look at that, and a little bit of a washing effect in the color, which makes it not just one monotone color. That gives it a little bit of character, just a little bit of dark gray on this dark blue. So that looks cool. And then we have some like metallic looking pant legs, although they do cut off right here at the shins. So cut off pants. Interesting how they look like metal, but definitely reminiscent of Apocalypse. So look at the hair right here on the calves. So the sculpt on this guy is really amazing. Rocking these back muscles. And let's see. Ooh, I don't want to pop the leg off. It's not moving on this joint right away, and I definitely don't want to crack it right in there on the hip. I'll try a couple more times, or maybe I will heat it up, but I'm not going to force it. Okay, so we have some super thick knee joints that even click as they go. So massive. And then the feet, it's got the extra like Toy Biz mobility right here on the toes. So that looks really cool. And then we'll make for some additional great poses. Look at that. The pivots right here at the foot. So that's really awesome. You can actually have him walking and the foot can be bent like that. So this is not a feature you see very often anymore, because Toy Biz used to have it even on their regular action figures, like Spider-Man would have his toe being able to bend that way. Hips a little loose. Now it does end up staying at a certain point, but certain parts of it are loose. I wonder if we could put let me try changing his hand to this one, and maybe have him doing a handstand. Let me try that. Okay, if I can get this to stay, I feel like it's kind of cool. Look at that. Uh-oh, but it's a balancing act. I can probably balance him over there, but I'm like, wow, this is actually kind of cool. Very cool. Look at that. So there we go. Okay, cool. So let me stand him up right over here. So that's pretty awesome. Let's turn his body this way, actually. So very awesome. And then we'll just move this hand in here and move on to our last action figure. It's actually our Build-A-Figure. So let's get set up for that. And I can't tell you how excited I am. So let's get everything set up here. Okay, so let's get a good look here. Man, this is gonna be crazy. Okay. Lower arms. The upper arms. And then we're rocking the sugar hammer. Okay. So, isn't that wild? Just put this here. It's almost like a little border. Okay, awesome. So, here's our sugar man. Let's go ahead and get him built. And let's see, hopefully it's easy. And it's as simple as doing this. Hopefully just everything clicking into place. That's crazy. There we go. There we are. I was like, guess I gotta get it all aligned. If I don't get it all aligned all at once, it doesn't go in. There we go. Perfect. So now let's get the lower arms. There we are. Oh, it didn't snap. So I'm like, why is it not snapping in? So that means it's just gonna pop back out. Interesting. Okay, this goes up here. Okay. This one goes up here, and let me just tell you, this is even bigger than I thought it was gonna be, actually. There we go. And I'm a little disappointed that the legs are this small, but I'm actually pleasantly surprised how cool this figure is. Now he is definitely top heavy. Ooh. saw that coming. So let's see if these little legs can support this massiveness. There we go. So, well, we got everything in. And take a look at this sugar hammer. Boom! So we can put this right here and we'll put it behind the thumb. And then let's spin it in. There we go, look at that. Look how just massive this action figure is. That huge back. The sculpt with the paint. Look at the face. Tongue. Definitely don't want that to snap off, but look how the light's catching it just like it's almost if it's wet or moist. Look at the buttons right here. I was like, is that a red circle with a line through it like a no, or is it like if I put 2 eyes it'll be Deadpool? But I'm like, I'll take it as a no, the blue button. So he's got these biker type belts instead of suspenders. And those horns and the crazy orange eyes. So let's see if we can get him to stand on his own actually. And then there's like a little loop right here, so we can probably put this hammer there. So can he stand on his own first of all? And look at this knee joint. Well, this knee joint does turn also. Look at that. So the ankles have good mobility. They point and flex also, but definitely an interesting leg. Oh, I can't get the foot to go back actually. So let's try this. There we are. Cool. Now let's see these arms. This one's gonna pop right off, but we do have double joints. Turns up here in the high part of the bicep. We have essentially have 4 of the same arms with just slight variants on there. We got this wrist cuff, we got this ring right here. Same thing here, but no ring. Here we have 4 rings, and then 2 there with like razor sharp claws. So I wonder, can he stand on his own? Yeah, he can. It's a little crazy, but he can stand on his own without having to rely on the hands. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? Absolutely crazy. Look at that. So, let's see. Doesn't that look even more wild? There we go. Man, that looks so crazy. All right. So there's our complete set. So guys, I'm gonna set him over here, and then I'll get everything all squared away again. You know what? Let me just have everybody kind of circling around him. Give me one second. Whoa, he's falling. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. So take a look at this. Got Beast kind of clowning around over here, even though, well, Dark Beast. We have our Sugar Man. We have Weapon X, Sunfire. We have a Wild Child, X-Man, and Jean Grey. And I think they all look pretty outstanding. So guys, what do you think? Which one of these was your favorite that we reviewed? So guys, I want to thank you for hanging out with us here today. If you've not already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe below. Hit the notification bell next to it to be notified every time we have a new video come out. Talk to us in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know where in the world you're watching from, and yeah, check out our YouTube channel page to see more great videos like this one, other X-Men, other Marvel Legends. So until next time, guys, thanks again for watching Vince and Gigi's Super Channel G. Peace. Alright friends, welcome back to Vincent Gigi's Super Channel G, and look how absolutely incredible these action figures from Hasbro's Marvel Legends series look. It's brand new Deadpool set, and this is for Strong Guy, Marvel Strong Guy, and man, are they incredible. I absolutely fell in love with this set. So guys, we're gonna go ahead and dive right on in. But if you have not already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe below. Hit the notification bell next to it so you're notified every time we have a new video come out. Talk to us in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know where in the world you are watching from. Give us a big thumbs up. And yeah, talk to us in the comments below. So what do we say? What do you say we go ahead and get started right now?
What is up, Vincent Gigi?
Vincent Gigi, Super Channel G.
Super Channel G.
Vincent Gigi from Super Channel G.
Super Channel G.
Vince and Gigi on Super Channel G.
So tight. Don't stop doing what you're doing.
Congratulations on all your success.
Congratulations on everything.
I will see you on the TV.
Super Channel G. Yeah!
God, is this great?
Alright friends, welcome back to Vincent Gigi's Super Channel G, and as I just mentioned, look at this incredible set of brand new Deadpool Marvel Legends for the Build-A-Figure set of Marvel's Strong Guy. Look how absolutely great this looks. Let's take a closer look to see who exactly is in this set. What do you say? So, taking a closer look here, we have Deadpool, Black Tom Cassidy, Shikla, Marvel's Maverick, Marvel's Sunspot, Marvel's Warpath, and Deadpool here with the pirate costume. And then of course the Build-A-Figure set for pieces so we can build Marvel's Strong Guy. Doesn't that look absolutely incredible? Looks great. Look at those little legs though. It looks like it skipped leg day and those little feet. Too bad it's not even taller. That would be amazing. But nonetheless, this looks absolutely amazing. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. And I guess I'll just say this once. Maybe it'll come up again, but we just got this set. Got it from Target, and it was just one complete set. Haven't seen it anywhere else yet, and the boxes were a little beat up. Look, it's a little warped, and you can see where the light's not hitting it right, and it's kind of folded, and you'll be able to see that several times throughout. So it looks like someone just kind of smashed them down. Look at that. But in any event, I was excited to get my hands on all of them, and thank goodness they had one of each of the whole set. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, and we'll go ahead and go in order if that's okay with you. Look how great these figures look. They look absolutely incredible. And we'll go ahead and put our action figs in the order so that we can then do our Build-A-Figure. So let's set this aside. All right, and we can go ahead and get started. So kicking us off, we're gonna have Deadpool here, and it is in the blue costume, right? The blue X-Men uniform, and it looks pretty outstanding, let me say. And then, well, I said I mentioned it once, but we're probably gonna, I thought about it again, I'm like, we're gonna probably mention it a couple times. Unfortunately, you know, I definitely love keeping the boxes and storing them away, but these boxes were definitely smashed. Looks like someone put their knee on it almost, right? But anyway, let's take a look at our action figure. Luckily, he's safe and sound in the package. But there's this beautiful artwork right here. Check this out. Beautiful artwork. And look at this awesome pose right here. And then everybody that's in this set. Looks great. And he comes with number 1, which is the head. And let's see what it says back here. It says, Deadpool. Just got the suit back from the dry cleaners. I hear blue and gold is the new red. That looks awesome. And I love a little bit of like fog, smoke in the background. So let's get him open. And let's take a real close look at how awesome this action figure is gonna be. Slide him on out. And look at those cool Deadpool symbols right there in the background. Closer here. And man, great. Okay, well, let's get our Build-A-Figure head out right off the bat. Look at that pretty cool. Alright, we'll set that aside. And let's get Deadpool on out of here. Look at these swords. Got these huge blade katanas. And I'm super excited because it's got multiple accessories. Oop, set that aside right there. Okay. And let's get way closer. Very cool. Okay, let's take a look at this head sculpt. Well, they had him so he had like one eye open more than the other. The paint's bleeding right here, the blue into the yellow, so that's a little unfortunate, but this is happening on both sides. I like that it's got this little piece of his cap, his mask, always kind of on the back. I like how you can see like the shape of his nose and almost his mouth right here. So to give it that level of detail, and then where his ears would be, definitely looks awesome. This part right here that's almost like his collar, like a choker, is not like permanently glued down, so it is kind of moving around. His head articulation, his head actually goes pretty far back and pretty far forward. Look at that, and articulates really well. This part right here, which is very reminiscent of Cyclops, is also not permanently glued down, so it kind of moves a little bit. And I bet we can probably move this a little bit to bring this a little further down since it's not glued up there. I love that he's got this extra butterfly joint here, which we don't always see, so we can definitely get better poses there. His shoulder actually moves really well, back and forth and in and out. Look at that, moves really well. So he's got great shoulder action here. I love that Deadpool symbol right here on his belt, the utility belt. He turns right here at the waist, ab crunches, you know, pretty good. Turns right here above the bicep, has double joints right here in the elbow, so you can get not quite a 45-degree angle, but definitely more than a 90. And these are loose too, so we can glue those down if we like. And let's see, that the wrist is pretty loose actually, as far as going back and forth, but it turns nice and tight. Same thing here. Looks like you can hold either the swords or the guns. And then let's see, legs almost come out to a 90-degree angle, so that's pretty good. And the knee joints feel really good actually, so perfect. There's some great articulation there at the knees, good bending. I don't like that it goes right here at the shin, because this is not a natural movement of the body, but looks like the ankles definitely move nice and smooth, and this isn't attached either, so you can glue that down if you like. But I like the blue, I like the yellow, and wow, we didn't even take a really good look at this. But the sheath for the swords, we can actually just slide that on in right there. Take a look at that. Doesn't that look great? Take a look at that. Perfect. And let's take a look at his weapons here. Looks like it is, since it's soft plastic, it was kind of pushing out that way, so just give it some time to straighten out. What about this one? Same thing here. And let's see what this looks like. Just put that right there in his hand, and we can move. Look at that trigger finger. It actually looks pretty good. Look at that. Wow, that looks pretty good actually. What do you think? Okay. And what about this? Put this one in this other hand. It looks like we could do probably almost the same. Bring his trigger finger in through there. Look at that. Look at that. Looks pretty awesome actually. So yeah, looks pretty great. Let's see, let's get some poses here. Let's see what would be a good one. Let me, give me a second, guys. Alright, so we got a pretty good setup right here of what he would look like holding the bigger gun. We took the little gun off, and take a look at this. And we have this variation right here where we are rocking the two swords, the katanas. And let's take a look to see how this looks right here, right? Because I think it looks pretty outstanding. Alright, what do you guys think? Looks great, right? Okay, let's move on. And you know what? We'll go ahead and put our Deadpool right over here with this cool pose. And I'm set up right there. What do you say? And let's get rid of this thing. Okay, so let's move on. Alright, so next we are going to take a look at Black Tom Cassidy, and he looks pretty awesome. Look at that. And we're going to get a closer look here. And he comes with number 2, which is the chest piece of Marvel's Strong Guy. Look at that. Looks pretty cool. I will say this, he looks a little bit like Hordak from the original She-Ra, from, you know, leading the Horde with this symbol and his colors, and the collar kind of coming up like that. So that's something that definitely stood out to me. But let's take a look at this box. Let me come a little higher so we can see just how awesome this box is. And it's interesting that it says Legends series like that versus Marvel Legends series like this, because there is a level of inconsistency throughout the set where these two are, I believe, the only ones that say it like that, but then all the other ones say it like this, which is interesting. But whatever. Take a look at the art right here. The same art that is mirror image, obviously. Looks pretty good. And take a look at that. I like that skull right here. Cool pose. It's not a whole lot you can do with just that if that's his only accessory. And the collar is kind of, you know, I don't know how I feel about that yet. But let's take a look to see what it says back here. It says, Black Tom Cassidy, a nefarious criminal with the power of concussive blast and plant morphology. Black Tom is a true threat. Alright, cool. Again, for the number 2, and let's get him on out of here. Perfect. This box was pushed in here, but it wasn't as bad as some of the other ones. Alright, very cool. So, okay, I guess not a chest piece, but it is the back piece, actually. Even though it says 2, notice how it's not that part. So, interesting. I wonder what is the front. I'm trying to look through the other action figures. And so right here, that would be Marvel's Sunspot. Sunspot is 5, and wow, that's quite a bit of it. So, anyway. Set this aside. Come on out. Okay. Very cool. Alright. So this back piece right here, we'll save it for later. There's not a whole lot going on here, so very simple. Set that aside. Let's take a look. Let's see. I don't know how I feel about that goatee. It's a little off center. There's paint here, but there's not paint there, so it kind of goes off crooked. The mustache is a little crooked also. The eyebrows definitely look like they match. And what is this? His sideburn is like coming off. I have to glue that down. But interesting. Never seen that happen before. You could push that down right there. But we'll just glue it and it'll stay down. He's rocking the sideburns. I do like the hair overall, I guess. Definitely different than we've been seeing. It's got kind of a 1990s vibe to his style with his goatee and his hairdo with those sideburns. Let's see, his head goes pretty far back and forward. Actually, I'm kind of surprised. He turns pretty well to the sides. Of course, he is limited because a beard's gonna get in the way. Still not sure how I feel about this collar with this huge V-neck with the collar popped up like that, but the shoulders move around nicely. They click as they go around, and they move up pretty well. Look at that. And since this is kind of like a jacket, it moves up here above the bicep. The arm doesn't appear to go to a straight line across. Look, it's actually kind of bent up there. And then the double joints, they do bring us almost a 45-degree angle, so that's good. The wrist is turned pretty well back and forth. It looks like it's almost a mirror image, except this one has the trigger finger coming out. Very good. Let's see. The arms do not come all the way in, so that's interesting that they just kind of poke out like that, and it's because he's got a huge muscle right here, so it doesn't allow it to come down. He does turn at the waist. This belt is free to move also. His ab crunch is way up here, but it does move well. Look at that. And let's see his legs. His legs almost come to a 90-degree angle. So his body, he's got a nice strong knee joint with double joints at the knees. The hip joint is nice and good, and it turns the high part of the thigh, and it's nice and smooth there too and holds. So the boots look kind of cool, and so there you go. It's a pretty decent sculpt. Kind of liking it. Wish we had more. Well, this, I can't forget to push that down and glue that. Kind of smirking. Let's take a look at his little staff right here. You can club someone with. I don't know if it's necessary for him to use that with the powers he has, but still, we'll put it in there, and he looks a little more Skeletor-y and Hordaki-ish. But there we go. Let's see. Is there really going to be a super awesome pose other than just standing super strong? Now, it is unfortunate again that his arms don't go straight down. So that's going to make the poses that we make for him limited. So let's see what, let's go back to see what the box had recommended we do. Give me a second. The box just kind of says, have him extend that out and have the arm kind of down like that. So I guess we can do that pretty easily. Look at that. And have him like toasting with that. And well, the fingers are different here, look. But nonetheless, he's just kind of like, hey, check this out. So yeah, I'm not really feeling that pose because then from the side it looks kind of odd. So let's try this one more time. Okay, so it's not terribly crazy, this pose. It's just kind of a strong pose. It's very strong, holding this with both arms, give him something to do, and gives him a reason to have his elbows out. But yeah, you know what? I'm fairly satisfied with this pose. Let's see what it would look like 360. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. This should work right there. So we can get him in focus. And yep, let's take a look. Okay, so that'll definitely work. And we'll set him right on over here. Make sure he doesn't fall over. Perfect. What do you think about that? Looks great. All right, let's move on. So let's see. Okay. Next we have Chikla And whoa! Sorry about that, buddy. Let's just put you right back on over here. You already had your review? We're moving on. Look how cool this looks. Doesn't it look awesome? This beautiful artwork. Let me raise this just a bit. Beautiful artwork. Look at that. And we have Jeff here. Doesn't that look absolutely outstanding? Beautiful artwork. Look at that. Beautiful artwork. I love the way it's kind of outlined with this orange meeting the red where it kind of outlines the body. That looks cool. And look at this kind of cool pose right here. And that looks cool. So again, here's everybody that's in the set. And she comes with number 3, which would be the right arm of Marvel. Marvel's Strong Guy. Let's see. There it is. So let's get her on out of here. Let's take a look. All right. There we go. Perfect. And then you can kind of see the warp on how this box kind of pushed in and creased right there. You know what? At least I found them, right? Cool Deadpool logos back there. And let's get a little closer now. Alright. Wow. This huge arm. And look how big it is compared to her, from where her shoulder would be. It's not quite the length of her body, but it's like more than half. Set that aside, and it's heavy. Okay. And actually, let me take a look at him. He's not posable. Actually looks like a big chunk of clay. Even though he's not posable, but still cool. It'd be awesome if we can open the mouth. Maybe even move the legs a little bit. We can't. But doesn't that look awesome? So digging that. Look at that. So took a couple quick pictures. Set them aside. Let's get her on out. Just push her out. Set this aside. Okay, nice. And look at this head sculpt. We got a little bit right there that we can probably just get right on off. Look at her hair, her bangs coming down right here. This necklace kind of it moves around a lot, obviously, because it's not heavy and it's not glued down. She has this. Be careful because this is soft and you could accidentally tear it off. And let's see, the hair is not as soft as it, you can move it, but it's not as soft as you might think it is. So it is going to limit mobility of the head. See, you can still turn it well, but then it starts to lean as it pushes against the body. Okay, same thing here with the. Wow, what is this pattern right here? Look at this. Skulls, maybe? Interesting. Pattern on her body. It's on the front only. The golden black looks cool. Let's see. The shoulders. Depending on, they might hit a little bit, see? But they do end up going about that far in. And then this is cloth. So that's cool. I'm glad it's not plastic, and it's been a while since we had something that's cloth on Marvel Legend. Let's see, we do have single joints right here at the elbows. It's cool how this connects right here. Let me get you closer. I wonder if this is elastic. No, it's not. It's rope. But still cool. A little bit of paint bleed right here, smudge. So I can just scratch that off. This right here is not glued down, so it can move. And the arms come out to about a 90-degree angle. We are used to seeing these hands. We've seen these on female characters many times before. And kind of like MJ and the 2-pack they had for Spider-Man Homecoming. And so this turns. Looks cool. The paint looks pretty much digging it. She turns up here at the rib cage, and this is where her ab crunch would be, and turns enough. This paint looks cool. Glossy finish. Glossy here, and only semi-glossy. That's interesting. And then, of course, the legs do come up to 90-degree angles. So that's good. I like the way the boots look. And definitely the huge heel. Look at that. A place for a hole for the peg. Let's see. Alright, cool. Turns the high part of the thigh and kicks slightly higher than, well, I guess it is a 90-degree angle. We have double joints at the knees, but they are kind of, look at that, kind of like gummy instead of being strong and solid. So that is something to note. And yeah, bring this back over here. But definitely an awesome looking figure. I love the way this looks. We could probably have her like floating with a stand, and that might be helpful, especially considering these knee joints are gonna be difficult to stand her with barely this much. So that's probably why she has that, so we can aid in the standing. And having her like hovering or flying would be probably best. It is going to be difficult to stand her with this, so let me see what I can do. And maybe I'll use an action figure, dynamic action figure stand. So give me a second. Okay, looks like I have something that'll definitely work well enough. I wanted her kind of like floating, hovering, and take a look at this. What are your thoughts on that? Look at that. It works well. And let's take a 360 look. So, this side, and this guy, and let's move this up like so. Put her right in the middle right here. And you know what? Let's go higher. And zoom in a bit. And let's see how that looks. Yeah, it looks pretty awesome. What do you guys think? Looks pretty awesome. And you know what? Take a look at this. Alright, isn't that cool? Awesome. Okay, let's move on. And we can put these maybe right here. Put her like that. Doesn't that look outstanding? Absolutely. Very cool. Okay. Alright, next we have Marvel's Maverick. And look how awesome this looks. I'm actually, I think he looks awesome. Look at the way they did his face right here. The paint, the color of the yellow, like the weapons they have over here. Everything looks good from the outside here. So let's bring this a little higher so we can really get into it. And then let's get him open. What do you say? Look how outstanding that looks. Awesome. Well, let's read the back before I get a little too ahead of myself. It says, Marvel's Maverick. Maverick absorbs the force of enemy attacks, converting it into hyper-concussive blasts of power. And man, this looks absolutely outstanding from here. And then just so you see where it's like pushed in. Alright, here's everybody that's in the set. And he comes with number 4, which is the left arm. So let's get this open. Alright, cool. Let's bust them on out. Oh, he just went right back in. There we go. Okay, awesome. And here it is. Marvel's Strong Guy's other arm. Look at that. Huge. Put that aside. weapons out. Man, double clip, double magazine. What am I saying? Look at this one. Interesting. Wow, I didn't anticipate that. Look at this. Okay, let me set this aside. Okay, bring this in closer. You already saw these two right here. So very interesting. And you see they are bendable. Let's take a look at him. So this is cool. It doesn't fit to like cover his mouth or anything, but that'd be cool if it did. So it's just loose there. I like that you can articulate the head fully, look back and forth, and these don't restrict it in any way, and these are actually very soft. I'm assuming they could still tear out, so be careful. I love the way the hair looks. The hair looks absolutely amazing. Look at that. Really digging that. Okay, I like the way this belt comes over here. It is glued to there. This looks like it is not permanently glued down, is it? Okay, so he does turn at the waist. Good. Oh, I'm sorry, right here at the rib cage, but it doesn't look like he really holds that, so it just goes back. The shoulders move nice and tight, and they actually click as they go around. And ooh, don't push too hard without supporting it, because you saw that this started wanting to come out. So it turns right above the bicep here. I'm digging this goldish yellow. Nice chunky joints right here at the elbow. Now both of them, there we go. I was like, both of them need to move. We come to about a 90-degree angle. The wrists, this one goes back and forth like this and then around. And this one goes also side to side like that to aim the gun. Okay. Looks like we could actually put one of the guns here in this holster, which means probably this one. Look at that. That looks great. And then this whole utility belt looks great. So this looks like it's permanently attached like that, kind of glued down and goes glued into there. It's the lower part of his back. The legs do go 90-degree angle. These are nice, thick, chunky joints right here, and they definitely feel like they're gonna hold. They're not loose at all. Look at that. So those are nice clicking joints right there. And then the ankles definitely move well. Look at that. I'm definitely loving this this metal color. It has an extra joint right there that I'm not going to use. And let's see, let's put this crazy looking gun right here in this hand. We'll push it in like that and then turn it. There we go. So that trigger finger can be in there. Look at that. And I'm digging that it's not stuck like that. We've had to where that looks awkward to hold a gun, but if we had it like that, we can actually get it to almost straight, and that looks awesome. Man, I don't even know if I looked at the face very well, but the paint job is amazing. I love the red eyes. So much about this figure is amazing. This is absolutely one of my favorites of this set already. So, oh, I just noticed the hip joints are a little looser than I thought. Otherwise, the legs are like extremely strong. So, let's go ahead and bring up this gun after all and put it over here. Put it like this, and then we'll roll it forward. Let's see what I mean by that. There we go. And we'll roll it so that the trigger finger can go in there. Oh, and because I can't, it would be cool if I could bring this in further just a little bit to hold it like that. But we can't. So this actually looks outstanding. Look at that. All right, let's get him to a strong pose that he's not gonna fall out of, and then we'll take a look at his 360. Man, look at this pack. Does this come off? No. All right, give me a second. Okay. Let's put him right here. You know what? going real well. We'll come just a little bit lower, like right here. And zoom in right here. I think that looks pretty outstanding. And let's see. Yeah, looks pretty awesome. I'm really liking that. Alright, let's put them with the rest of the set. It looks awesome. Okay, great. Let's move on to our last three, and then we'll do our Build-A-Figure, which is technically the fourth, but the last three boxes we have. Okay, so now we have Marvel's Sunspot, and man, it's hard to make out in here because there's a shadow right here, but he's definitely have these powers that are shown in these rings right here. We've seen this several times over the years, most notably I think with like Polaris and Doctor Strange, for example. They've been used multiple times, and look how cool this looks. This beautiful artwork right here. Let me zoom out just a bit. Okay, so that looks awesome. This is probably, nope, it's the same picture twice. And I love how the energy is just kind of radiating off of their little circles. So that looks cool, and looks like there's going to be some right here on the shoulders. And here he comes with number 5. This is, well, it looks like the whole upper body and midsection. So let's read what it says about Marvel's Sunspot. So Marvel's Sunspot. In his solar form, Sunspot possesses the supreme power and cosmic durability of a supernova. Now, that would be incredibly powerful. And let's get him open. Very cool. Awesome. This looks amazing. And here is our Build-A-Figure piece, which, I mean, honestly, it probably could have come with a back too. Okay, so set that aside. Oops, I didn't mean for it to go all haywire like that. And let's see. Let's get these powers out. Let's pop them out. I don't want to crack the things out. Push them from the back. Okay. Let's get closer. And let's take a look at this head sculpt. We have a little bit of paint bleed right there on the nose. A little bit right here on the neck. But otherwise looks kind of cool. I don't know how I'm feeling about this Ninja Turtle vibe going on. And then with that glue. But the hair's different. Like a big poof up there. I don't know how I feel about this either. Does this come off? Doesn't look like it. Looks like it's glued in there. I was like wondering if we could just like pop it out. So head articulates pretty well. Just be careful here. This will crack off if you mess with it too much. But it does turn well. Look at that. Ab crunch. This definitely looks very reminiscent of the Human Torch figure that on one of our last videos, the one that we showed was broken, the orange one. This turns and clicks as it turns. Let's see, the shoulder does go back a fair amount, so that's good. Turns above the bicep. Double joints here. Comes to about a 45-degree angle. Oop, this one, the other joint is moving. Ugh, I'm gonna have to push it. Okay, what I want is this one to move. There we go. So I don't have to support it as it moves. This is not glued down, so it can move a little bit. The wrist does turn. Looks like it should go back and forward, but it's a little restricted in here. But it does turn, obviously. We have fist, so you can't really hold anything. You've watched our videos long enough. I don't like when we have only 2 fists. It's okay if there's swappable hands, but because it looks like he's just gonna punch everything. A lot of times the figures aren't ones that are gonna go in punching with their fists. The blue and the yellow right here look kind of cool with the red showing there. Turns to the high part of the thigh. The knee joints are double. They move pretty well. And then the ankle moves really well, actually. Look at that. His foot actually looks kind of like a bowling shoe. Okay, so let's put his, I mean, that's pretty good right there. Since he's gonna have this crazy supernova cosmic power, he doesn't need to be crouching down and doing anything weird. He just needs to have a strong stance. So do we want to put these? Look at this. Just kind of clips on right there. Push that through. We can just have it like that, or we can have it up closer to the wrist. So it's up to you. To me it looks better closer to the fist, is what I meant to say. Except I like that the yellow gives it a little bit of color. So I would rather have it close to the fist, but again, the color does give it a nice touch. So let's see how this looks. So we don't want him to fall over either. Simple and not too understated. The hip joint, everything's like clicking, so there is like no in between because I push it here and then. So that's a little unfortunate because we want to get some of those in between poses. And same thing with the ankles. Look, it's click here or here, here or here, and it's like I need an in between. So I guess we'll just spread the legs out a little bit more. There we go. Okay, that should be pretty good enough. Pretty good enough. Don't know if that's a thing. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's get our action figure rocking right here. And let's see how this ends up looking. Let's zoom in just a bit. How's that? Let's take a look. And you know what? It wasn't centered very well, so I didn't look too good. This is better. Very cool. All right, so I am digging that. So let's get him here. Okay. So it's simple, but he's got this enormous power, so we'll have him right here. And you can definitely see the height difference between these two. Doesn't that look awesome? Absolutely incredible. You know what? I'm gonna take a closer look. This set's actually surprising me how awesome these action figures are. Not about that one, but the rest of them have been pretty amazing. Okay. Awesome. Let's move on. Got 2 left. And next is Marvel's Warpath. And look how cool Warpath looks. Again, let's go higher. And this is from the Build-A-Figure set for Marvel's Strong Guy. We've only said it 1,000 times. X-Force right here. And looks absolutely great. Package has seen better days. And here's everyone who's in the set. And number 6 is the right leg. And you know, I mentioned at the top of the video, but you know, his legs look a little bit short. Looks like he's been skipping leg day, and that foot is tiny. But nonetheless, let's take a look at this art. And this art looks great. Look at that, veining out, punching. And he's got that kind of like a Joe Mad mouth, something like that. Joe Maduria type of mouth. Inspired, I would say. And I'm so glad he has swappable hands, because what did we just say on the last video, on the last action figure? There we go. Oh, getting ahead of myself. Let's read what it says. Oh, he's like, why I oughta. He's like, okay. Marvel's Warpath. A powerful mutant with superhuman strength and speed, Warpath is a formidable warrior with a proud and noble heart. And yep, let's get him open. Dun, dun. There we go. Let's take a look. Let's see what we got here. So this looks awesome. And wow, look, I didn't even notice here, but the X-Force symbol on this one, and the previous Sunspot didn't even look at it. So that's cool. Alright, let's get this little leg out. Our strong guy. Look at that. Little foot. Because look how this foot's smaller than this figure. And look how long it's like. Anyway, we'll set that aside. We'll take a look at it. So I definitely like that he comes with two other hands and they're open and to hold stuff. But he doesn't come with anything to hold. So, and I'm definitely digging that head sculpt. Look at that. No pupils for the eyes. The hair is soft. I like the feathers that are coming here. That they got just the right amount of detail. So that looks cool. I'm like, how are these attached? Attached. Okay, so I guess we found out quickly. You just push them in here. So I guess you could take them off. That's cool. I don't know if I would want them glued or not. But this is nice and soft. So is that. And we'll be able to, let me see, we'll be able to turn the arm all the way around. Oh wow, we have the extra butterfly joint, so that looks great. Look at that. Awesome. Turns above the bicep. He's definitely veining out there. Look at that. Okay, we have double joints right here at the elbows. We don't quite, we go more than 90-degree angle, but not quite a 45. Okay, we can turn the wrist pretty well. And it's got great detail on this hand. Look at that. So it's almost the same for this arm going on with a symbol on his chest. His ab crunch is smooth and comes really far forward and goes really far back. Look at this belt he's got going on here. Turns at the waist. So that's cool. These legs are extra big and chunky. Like definitely muscular. That's what I meant to say. And the joints are big and chunky. That's what I was getting at. And his legs only come in this much because they end up hitting right here. But it turns right here in the high part of the thigh. And the joints are a little bit looser than I actually would think for being this much looking solid built. The ankles move really well. I like this is soft plastic and it's overlapping here on purpose. See, it's by design. It's supposed to look that way, like it's kind of blowing. And yeah, unfortunate that this joint is so loose, but otherwise, this figure looks really cool. So, what kind of pose do we want? Let's see, what did it have on the box? Back here. He's just like, I forgot he's got that why I oughta. Why I oughta. So let's see what I can get for him. And again, the fists limit you, but I'm like, you know what? I want him just flexing. And that'd be cool. And then we can extend the leg out so he can be kind of like throwing a big flexing pose for that. I think that'll actually work pretty well. The joints are a little bit looser than I would have liked, so it makes it a little more difficult to hold the pose, but still works well. Okay, cool. Let's take a 360 look. Okay, awesome. And let's see. Well, let's see if he's gonna stay because he's awfully wobbly. So hopefully he doesn't remain wobbly. Look at that. And hopefully he stays in focus here. This is not a good combination. Okay, here we go. So I'm digging it. It does look good, you know? And I do like the pose. So we will set him right on over here. It's a big guy, but you see his, you have to support his joints perhaps because they're loose. Wow, he's big because he's still taller than our friend over here, even though his legs are bent and extended out. Okay, and so let's move on to our last action figure. And that last action figure is our Deadpool, but in the pirate outfit. Doesn't that look cool? And look at this symbol emblem right here. And that looks great. He's rocking a katana sword and like a saber right here going on. And like that gun. Very old-fashioned. And I was gonna say, a cutlass, I guess is what it's called. It said saber, but cutlass. And Deadpool. Now look at this beautiful artwork right here. Look at the holes in the hat. DP, Deadpool. And there we are. Look at him holding it. That cutlass. Here's everyone again in the set. I just noticed that his head's tilted out. And this number 7 comes with a left leg. And looks like we can do a pretty good pose here. So I'm excited about that. And let's see what it says back here. It says, Deadpool. It's a pirate's life for Deadpool with plenty of adventure. Oh, and doubloons. So many doubloons. Well, I don't think he's gonna have any of those, any money in here, but it's supposed to sound funny. And let's get him open. And of course, Marvel's strong guy. Got the last piece to do Marvel's strong guy. Very cool. Okay. Bust them all out. Again, the cool Deadpool logo. There's a leg with a tiny little foot. And like, foot looks barely bigger than the Deadpool leg here. Be careful with this. We don't want to tear this or rip this off. I'm gonna push it out like that. Love this gun right here. Katana sword and this cutlass. So, all right, and let's see how this is on. Is it just? It's just on there. Okay. Let's get tons closer. Look at that. Okay, let's zoom in. Does the hat come off? Does not. It's glued on. Okay. So the head goes not very far forward, not very far back. It's definitely restricted with this and with this, like everything around here. The hat looks cool. I like the way they did the eyes on that crossbones right there, and that skull. The shoulders move pretty well, pretty easily. They move around. I like how it's kind of like jagged looking there, like the gold. These guns, they're, I guess, for decoration, because look, it's also super soft plastic. I love the way this belt looks right here. It's just loose on its own, so that looks really cool. Double joints at the elbows, but it barely comes to a little more than a 90-degree angle. We only have one glove here. Look at that. You probably took it off and slapped somebody with and said, of course you know this means war, I'm sure. Of course you know this means war. We can definitely have this go around and back and forth. You can hold stuff in his hand too. This is soft plastic for his pirate coat. Look at that. Super cool. And there's nothing special about the legs. They're just like traditional Deadpool legs. We can only move them so much because it is being pushed back by this, but it does turn at the high part of the thigh. It does bend with the two joints of the knees. This I'm probably going to glue down because there's no reason that should move. And then it does move pretty well at the ankles. I don't know if I looked at this closely enough, but this looks absolutely outstanding. Look at that. And because this is over here, it would look cool for him to be holding on the right hand, just because that would be on the outside. And then look at this. Very cool. Okay, so I love this frayed cape. Wow, I didn't even notice that. Look at that. I guess we can definitely put both weapons in there. If they fit, they sure do. Look at that. Put that one there. You can put this one here. So that's cool. And let's put this gun right here in his hand. And he'll definitely look like Captain Jack Sparrow-esque. It's Captain Jack Sparrow. Okay. And let's see if we can get the legs going good to stand them up well. Turn this. And there we are. Oh, perfect. And let's see, maybe we do want him to be holding the cutlass. Put this right here. Very cool. Okay. The way this fans out makes it look weird on the legs because it looks like the legs are bow-legged, but they're not. But then again, they might be. It looks like the legs kind of curving in instead of straight like that. So I guess there is a reason for that. Okay. So maybe if we bring it forward, we can get him to a good stance. Give me a second, guys. It's a little awkwardly heavy because of everything going on here. Give me a second. Okay, so this is actually really cool and works really well. I just don't know if it's really gonna stay. Look at that. It's simple, but it looks great. Look at that. All right, let's see if I can 360 this bad boy. Let's take a look. I mean, that looks great in and of itself. Look at that. Okay, let me see. Okay, let's see. Will he stay though? Or is he gonna start to fall? Let's find out. No, he actually looks great. It looks absolutely amazing. And this is probably my favorite figure in the whole set, believe it or not. So that looks outstanding. Okay, let's put him right on over here. And that looks so incredible. Let's take one more look before we do our Build-A-Figure pile of pieces over here. Look at this. Absolutely amazing. Okay, it's time to make our Build-A-Figure. Oop, I'm losing my control of my camera here. Okay, let's set it up right here. Awesome. So last but not least, we have our Build-A-Figure pieces. Make sure we have everything on the correct sides. These little legs. And we actually have this over here, and the head here, I guess. Okay. What do you think of that? All right, let's get to building. This part's gonna be super simple right here. There we go, just push that in. Pop his head right on. We'll just connect that right there. There we go. I was anticipating hearing a click, but I didn't hear a click. Look at that. It's got like a normal size head, but his body's enormous. Let's push this in and should hear a click. Well, I heard a click there. Let's see this one. There we go. Now that's a click. Man. Massive. Look at this. Unfortunately, why are these legs so tiny? There we go. But traditionally, that's what happens. Like with the Monster Venom, his legs, I thought, were definitely small, on the smaller side. So, because look. But I mean, that was simple to put them together. So let's take a closer look. Let's dive in. So I love the glasses right here. Love the head sculpt. Super cool. It moves really well. The head goes that far back, that far forward. I love the way this is like a soft color. Actually, look at that. It'd be nice if this was painted. I guess we could definitely detail paint that ourselves because there's great sculpt. So he moves right here. Let's see. This would be the ab crunch and movement of the waist. This belt is, it's not permanently glued, but there's not really anywhere for it to move. Again, love the colors, love the sculpt. Arms are huge, big, and chunky, and they click when they move. Look at that. So we have a single joint right here for the elbow, but it turns, and the wrist bends back and forth. I was gonna say these gloves, because he's just got yellow hands. Look, because he's got a thumbnail. Great looking hand sculpts. Look at that. But it does not move where it would normally move for like the bicep, for example. So that's important to keep in mind. The legs do not come to a full 90-degree angle. Look at that. Okay. But they turn right here on the high part of the thigh. The hips do move pretty smoothly, and the double joints at the knees move well. Let's see. This is tight, even though it's not glued on, and the ankles move really well. Maybe a little too loose, but they do move well. Let an action figure fall back there. But let's see if we can get him to stand, because he definitely is top heavy. So that is simple, but looks great. Okay, look at that. So that looks awesome. Look at that. Very cool. All right, let's take a 360 look, and then we're gonna wrap this video up. Maybe I should fix her real quick. Sorry guys, this fell off right over here. Put it right here. There we go. Okay, let's put him on there. Very cool. All right, and let's see if we can get him to stay, actually. Man, look how massive. All right, that looks really cool, actually. All right, there we go. Yep. Guys, I'm really digging this action figure. He actually looks really cool, and I'm sure you can tell by what you see right here. He looks absolutely outstanding, and man, look at the detail. I'm gonna zoom in right here, and that looks phenomenal. All right, so let's put everybody together, and then we'll wrap this video up. All right, friends, let me know what you think of this. I think it looks absolutely incredible. Look at this. These unbelievable action figures. I am instantly in love with this set. You know, I'll be honest, I was skeptical about how these are going to look when I took them out of the package, but even the Build-A-Figure looks absolutely incredible. Of course, I knew I was going to love the Deadpool ones, and I actually love the Pirate Deadpool even more than I thought I was going to. And so, like Shikla and everybody else, absolutely incredible. So guys, I want to thank you again for hanging out with us here today. If you've not already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe below. Hit the notification bell next to it so you're notified every time we have a new video come out. Talk to us in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know where in the world you're watching from, and give us a big thumbs up, and check out our YouTube page to find more great videos like this one. So until next time guys, thanks again for watching Vince and Gigi's Super Channel G. Peace.